Welcome everyone, my name is Milena and I'm with Yoga for Change. Today we're going to do yoga together. Welcome, I'm really excited to be here with you all. First things first, have a good time. That's really all that I wish for you all, to have a good time and feel better from when you arrived at the end of the practice. The other thing, make sure you are always breathing. Try to breathe through your nose through the practice, but if you're feeling stuffy, if maybe you have a cold or something, of course, breathe through your mouth. The other thing, pay attention to your body. Make sure you're not holding your breath. If you're holding your breath through a pose, maybe you should get out of the pose. You're pushing yourself a little bit over the edge. The other thing, make sure you're not feeling pain. I stretch in your body, a sensation of, working out, it's okay. But if you're feeling any pain, that's your body telling you to stop. So please listen to your body so you don't hurt yourself. You can always modify the pose to something that feels more comfortable to your body. We are all different, and this is a practice. All the poses I am suggesting to you all are suggestions. Do what makes you feel better. And we're going to also start by setting an intention with a positive affirmation. We're going to think about something we are grateful for. So I'm grateful for, fill the blank on this phrase. And anytime your mind is wandering around, anytime you're feeling uneasy, anytime you are feeling a little bit agitated, just come back into the phrase, I am grateful for. Again, anytime your mind goes to-do lists, things that you're going to do after your practice, things that you did today, yesterday, 10 years from now, just bring yourself back to the present moment by saying, I am grateful for. So let's take 3 deep breaths here. Thinking about our phrase, I'm grateful for. It can be a family member, it can be something you love about yourself, something you have, anything that brings you joy. Perfect. Then your next inhale, let's also let go out of expectations. Expectations, just set yourself for frustrations and disappointments, because when things don't happen the way that you expect, then it's hard for you to be grateful for whatever it is it's happening once that you are frustrated. And expectations really only exist in our minds. So, having hope, wishes, it's different than have expectations. When you have expectations and things happen in a different way, you get mad, and therefore you cannot be grateful for maybe the lesson you are learning, or maybe something better happened instead, and you cannot see that because you have your expectations that things didn't go your way. So let's take a moment, take another 3 breaths, and let go of any expectations. Maybe expectations of this practice, expectations of anything you are holding back, and it's holding you back in your life and on your emotional self. One more big breath, let it go. Let's take a big inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Your next inhale, lift your arms up. Look up. Try to stretch your arms as much as you can. Exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, open your arms. Look up, maybe bending your back backwards a little bit. Exhale. Pretend you have this huge tree in front of you and you're hugging this tree. So you're stretching your upper back, your shoulders, maybe your neck. Feel where this movement brings your body to. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, hug the tree in front of you. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, hug the tree in front of you. Inhale, exhale. Good job. Now we're going to slowly walk our hands forward. So you have one leg on top or in front of the other, or you're just crossing them, whatever feels better for you. Make sure you have both of your sits bones grounded on the floor. And walk your hand to your comfort level, trying to keep your back as straight as you can, putting no pressure on your neck. We're gonna be here for 4 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, make sure those sits bones are grounded. Inhale, exhale, one more time. Inhale, exhale. Now lift your chest up, slowly but surely. We're gonna switch legs. So the legs that was on the bottom comes up, the leg that was maybe front goes to the back, and you're gonna do the same thing on this side. And embrace the differences you have in both sides. One leg is gonna feel a little bit harder than the other, and that's normal. Our body is not asymmetrical in every way, so embracing the differences within yourself. 4 breaths again. Your next inhale, bring your chest up. Let's extend the right leg to the side. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Let your right hand slide down your leg or maybe on the mat. Making sure you're bending your knee, making sure you're bending your elbow and you have your shoulders away from your ears. Taking deep breaths here, feeling the stretch on your rib cage, maybe on your lower back. If this is not feeling good on your shoulder, you can always bring your arm around and have it on your back. Making sure that your knees and your toes are pointing to the ceiling. Your foot is engaged, so it's flexed. 2 more breaths here. Perfect. Then in your next inhale, you slowly bring yourself up. Inhale, both arm comes up. So now your right hand is gonna go on top of your left knee. Your left arm is gonna go behind you, supporting you, and you're gonna look behind you. We are twisting our spine here. Keeping the right leg extended, toes and knees pointing to the ceiling. Every time you inhale, you grow taller, and every time you exhale, you twist a little bit further to the left. Shoulders away from the ears. 2 more breaths here. Perfect. On your next inhale, lift both your arms up, arms down. Bring the left leg now to the center, so you have both of your feet in front of you. Open your feet as if it's a book that you are reading, and bring your chest close to the book. So if you bring your feet closer to you, you're gonna feel a stretch on the inside part of your legs. If you bring your feet away from you, you're gonna feel a little bit more onto your lower back. So depending on what you're feeling and what you need today, choose your position. Remembering to keep that spine straight. No pressure on your neck or shoulders. Sits bones are grounded. Let's take 3 more breaths here, thinking about the wonderful thing we are grateful for that brings joy to our lives. Perfect. Next inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. So the right leg stays here in front of you, and the left leg extends to the end of your mat. We're going to inhale, lift your right arm up, left arm slide down your leg, or maybe just hold yourself down here, holding on the mat. And feel the sensation on your right side. Maybe it's different than the left side. You can always bring your arm down if that feels better on your shoulders, pointing the toes and the knees to the ceiling, and just breathe. Your sits bones are grounded, your tailbone is pointing to the floor as if it was this big arrow. Next inhale, arms come up. And now we're gonna bring the left hand on top of the right knee. The right hand goes behind you, really close to your spine, which will support you. Making sure that the left toes and the left knee is pointing to the ceiling. Both of your sits bones are touching the ground. Look behind you, shoulders away from the ears. And every time we inhale, we grow taller, and every time we exhale, we go a little bit further to the right. We're twisting our bodies, which is really good for your internal organs. It gives them a nice massage and it helps detoxify your system. It's really good for your lymphatic system as well. Great. Hands up, hands down. We're gonna come in all fours now. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're gonna take a big inhale. Bring your fingers as far away from each other as you can. Your middle finger is pointing to the top of your mat. You always have a little bend on your elbows, so the eye of your elbows should be forward. On the next inhale, push the ground away from you with your hands and your knees. We're gonna lift the left hand up, and we're gonna lift our right foot up. We're gonna bring both parallel to the mat. Engage your core here, so your belly button is closer to your spine. You're gonna be here for 4 breaths. Your heels are pointing to the ceilings. Your left toe is pointing to the ceiling. Opposite leg from your arm. Your next inhale, bend the left leg. Bring your arm around and hold on to that foot. So hold on to your right foot with your left hand and push your foot against your hand, and that will naturally open your chest. You can look down if that feels more comfortable on your neck, or maybe you can look up in the direction of your shoulder is going. We're gonna be here for 4 breaths. If you lose your balance, that's absolutely fine. You get extra points for picking yourself back up and trying again. Perfect. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's go back into the center. And now left hand next to the right, right knee next to the left. Inhale. Now let's lift the right arm up, right finger pointing to the ceiling. Your left heel is pointing to the ceiling. So right arm up, left leg up. Pushing the ground away from you with the hand, shoulders away from the ears. Engage your core so you're not putting pressure on your lower back, and your core is helping your whole body to stay on this pose. Your back is not doing the whole work by itself. 2 more breaths here. Bend the left leg. Grab your foot with your right hand. If you push the foot against your hand, you're gonna see that naturally you open your chest to the right. And maybe you can bring your gaze up in the direction your shoulder is open up. Or maybe you can keep your gaze down depending on how your neck is feeling today. 2 more breaths here. Next inhale, bring your hand forward, your foot back. Next inhale, hand to the ground, knees to the ground. Bring your knees away from each other. Your toes are close together. We're gonna sit on our heels. We're gonna extend our arms down. We're gonna bring our forehead to the mat into this child's pose. So anytime I ask you guys to do downward facing dog, if that's not feeling right to you, you can always come to this to this child's pose instead. This pose is always available for you when you want to rest. Don't compare yourself to the neighbor. Your neighbor is doing everything wrong, so don't follow them. Perfect. And next inhale, you're gonna come back into the tabletop position. Curl your toes, extend your legs. We're coming to downward facing dog, which again is the pose that if you choose to do child's pose, you're more than welcome to do so. And we can bend one knee at a time here. Feeling the stretch in the back of your leg. Push the ground away from you with your hands.
trying to bring the chest closer to the thighs. Your heels should be behind your mid toes, so you really cannot see your heels. If you can, maybe you need to bring them more outwards or inwards, depending on where you are today. So again, heels behind your toes. Open all your fingers. Bring energy to your hands, so you're pushing yourself away from the ground with all your fingers and your whole hand. On your next inhale, bring your chest down. We are coming into a plank pose. So it's okay for you to bring your hips up better than bring your hips down and have this U shape on your back. That's not really good for your lower back. If this is more comfortable to you, stay here or parallel to the mat. I have arthritis on my toes, so for me it's really hard to be parallel to the mat, but that's all right. We all have our limitations and we learn to live with them. So now bring your right knee to your right elbow. Bring your leg back, right knee, left elbow, back, right knee, right elbow, right knee, left elbow, and you're gonna do that for 4 breaths. Engaging your core. Bring yourself up to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Perfect. On your next inhale, bring yourself back into plank. You can always come back to your knees, or you can come into forearms, and you can do the movement from here to the best of your abilities, or you can skip altogether and lay on your belly, and that's all right as well. Left knee, right shoulder, left knee, left shoulder. Let's do that for 4 breaths. One more time. You can bring yourself down with a push-up or bring your knees down and bring your chest down. Choose your favorite cheek, lay on your cheek. Extend your arms behind you. Bend your legs this way, side to side. Perfect. On your next inhale, lift your chest up. So maybe you lift just your shoulders and your head up, and that's okay. Let's make sure that we are engaging our thighs. So our thighs are pushing the ground away from it. And then if this feels comfortable, maybe you can bring your chest up all the way down or to your comfort level. You can maybe just bring your chest up, your belly button up, or you can bring yourself all the way up. There is no right and wrong. The right thing to do is what feels best for your body. Now we're gonna curl our toes. We're gonna come back into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up. Bend the knee. We're gonna make some circles here with the right leg. Draw circles with your right knee. You're flexing your right foot. Pushing the ground away from you with your hands. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's switch direction of the circle now. Embracing any cracks and noises you might hear here. And you can make the circle as big or as small as you want. There is no right or wrong. Extend the leg up. Bring the right leg next to the left. Extend the right leg one more time. Bring now the right knee in between your hands. Let your right sit bow come down, and your left leg is going to be extended behind you. Your left foot, the top of your left foot is touching the ground. And we're going to be here in this pose, or you can stay up here. or you can bring yourself lower. If you're feeling this pose on your knee, please get out of it or move yourself in a way that feels more comfortable to you. You can bring the leg in front of you and just come down like this. Or if you wish, you can just bring the right leg on top and you can go down just as we did it in the beginning of the practice. We're gonna be here for 5 breaths. So anytime that we are stretching or working with our hip joints, we might feel a little bit emotional, and that's because we hold on to our feelings on our hip joints. So anytime you are stretching or you are doing something with your hip joints, you might start feeling things that you don't understand why, like anxiety, or you're feeling anxious, you are feeling mad or sad. And that's okay. Just breathe through those feelings. And once you go through your feelings, you can let all go. Just remember, big breaths. Every time you take big breaths, your body is relaxing. You can be anxious and nervous while you're taking deep breaths. Your next inhale, bring your chest up. We're going to support our body through our arms and left leg. Curl the left toe, bring the right leg up. Right foot meets the left. And now we're going to lift the left leg up. Bend the left leg. Flex your left foot. And now let's make big circles with the left leg. Big or small, whatever feels comfortable here for you. Pushing the ground away from you with your hands. Remember to breathe. Relax the muscles in your face. Your next inhale, let's switch directions of the circle. Foot down. Now bring the left foot back up. Bring the left knee in between your hands. Bring your left sit bone down. Bring the top of your right foot touching the mat. And again, you can always modify to those poses I offer you on the other leg if that feels more comfortable on your knee. And then we can bring yourself down, chest down on top of the leg, or we can keep ourselves up if that feels more comfortable to you. Again, let's breathe here. And let's think about that wonderful thing we are grateful for. That gift we have in our lives that bring us joy. Let's take deep breaths here. Feeling the sensations in the body. So maybe every time you inhale, you are sending gratitude to the part of your body that doesn't feel very comfortable right now. And every time you exhale, you take all those feelings that don't belong to you away from your body. So you inhale, you bring nutrients, oxygen to your body. Exhale, let everything that doesn't serve you, let it go. Perfect. On your next inhale, you slowly bring yourself up. Support yourself on your hands. Curl your right toes behind you. Let's bring the left leg back up. Left leg next to the right. And let's paddle our dog, bending one knee at a time. Perfect. Now let's extend the right leg up. Let's bring the right foot in between the hands. Let your left knee go down. Raise your chest up. We can have our hands up, or maybe our hands are on top of our thighs if that feels better on your shoulder or your neck. You can also have your hands on your side. Making sure that the leg behind you, you have your toes in the top of your foot touching the mat. Over here, your knees are on top of your ankle or behind. Your knees should never go on top of your ankle. And when you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. If you cannot see your big toe, maybe you need to push your leg to the right against this invisible wall we have over here. And let's square our hips to the front of the mat. And you should be feeling a stretch on your thighs, maybe here on this muscle on your leg by your hip joint. If this is not comfortable on your lower back, you can bring your arms down into the mat and let your chest rest on your thigh, or maybe bring both of your hands on the inside part of your right leg, and that should take some of the pressure from your lower back. Perfect. And then your next inhale, slowly we are going to extend now the right leg in front of us, pointing the toes up, and now you should be feeling a stretch in the back of the leg. Always have a micro bend on your knee. We're never locking our knee or our elbows. Perfect. 3 more breaths here. And feel where your edge is. Feel where the edge of this movement is. And don't cross the line, but feel what it is. Don't hurt yourself. If your body is hurting, it's because maybe you should stop and step back from that edge. Pay attention to what you feel. Now let's step the right foot. Let's curl the right toe up. So our left leg is away from the mat now. Let's rise our arms up for 3 breaths. And now let's bring the left hand in front of us and the right arm behind us. So our arms are parallel to the mat, and we are looking towards our right. We are twisting ourselves here. Our hips is still square to the front of the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. Next inhale, both arms up. Arms down inside of the right foot, bring the right foot next to the left. Downward facing dog. Awesome. Paddle your dog. Left foot go up now. Now let's step the foot in between the hands. Lift your chest up. Bring your right knee down. So the top of your right foot is on the mat. Let's bring ourselves forward. Again, you can have your hands inside of your left foot, squaring your foot on top of your thighs, here on your hips or up, whatever feels better on your back or shoulders. Look down, make sure that your knee is not in front of your ankle. You can see your big toe, otherwise push the left leg to the left. And breathe. Think about the thing you're grateful for. Make sure your hips are square to the mat. Grow taller if you're standing straight. If your chest is straight up. Now bring both of your hands in the inside of the left foot, touching the mat. Slowly extend the left leg. So the left foot is pointing towards the ceiling, so is your knee. We are never locking the knee, as I mentioned before. And breathe through this pose. Letting go of expectations. Meet your body where your body it is today. And that's the perfect place to be. Your body takes you from beginning to end through this journey of life. So let's respect it. Let's be grateful for it. Let's love our body. Perfect. 2 more breaths here. Awesome. Step the left foot in front of you. Bring your hands to the inside part of your foot touching the mat. Curl the right toes up so your right knee lift from the ground. Watch for your balance. Lift your arms up. Again, if you fall, you pick yourself back up, you get 100 extra points. And now we're gonna bring the right hand up and the left hand behind. And we are twisting ourselves again. Our hips are square to the front of the mat. Breathe. Perfect. Next inhale, arms up, front of the mat. Exhale, arms come on the mat. Bring the left leg to meet the right and paddle your dog. Sweet. Let's bring our hands halfway on the mat. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Hold on to your opposite elbow with your opposite hand and sway your head side to side. Don't put any pressure on your neck or your head here. Just breathe. Bend your knee as much as you need here. We're gonna lift our feet and we're gonna step on our hands. So your toes should be touching your wrist. And if you wiggle your toes, you're giving your wrist a nice massage. And that's called the gorilla pose. Kids really like this pose. If you're gonna teach kids, then you know. Bend your knee as much as I need, as much as feels comfortable to you. And then on your next inhale, slowly lift your feet up. Bring your foot closer to the edge of the mat. We're gonna bend the right leg. We're gonna bring the right palm of the hand to the mat. Bend your knee, like I said, as much as you need. So your hand is more or less underneath your face. Lift your left arm up. So your hands could be in one straight line. If this is not comfortable on your shoulder, you can wrap your arm around you. 3 more breaths here. Now the left hand comes down. Bend now the left knee. Extend a little bit of the right. Bend your knee as much as you need. Lift the right hand up. Shoulder goes up and behind. You can also wrap your hand around you if that feels more comfortable on your shoulders. And just breathe. Enjoy all the feelings you feel in this pose. We're not locking elbows, we're not locking knees. Making sure you always have a little bend. Extend the right hand up. Bring the right hand in front of you and bend your knees. Maybe your feet needs to be a little bit further away from each other. Maybe your heels are down, maybe your heels are up. You're gonna come into this squat pose. If you bring your hand into a prayer pose, your elbows are going to be pushing your knees away from each other. We're gonna be here for 3 big breaths. Hands back on the mat. Extend your legs, tiptoe your feet close together. Look at them. They should be parallel to each other. Toes pointing to the front of the mat. Sway your head side to side. Your next inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Arms up. Hands in prayer in front of you. Perfect. So now bend your knees as if you were sitting on a chair. Let's try to keep the toes the knees behind the toes. When you look down, you should be able to see your toes. Lift your arms up. Engage your core. So your belly button is kissing your spine. Now bring your arms to the left. Swing your arms up, arms to the left. Swing your arms up, arms to the left. You're not moving our legs. You're just moving our arms. Feeling that nice burn on your thighs. If you want to challenge yourself, you can come onto your tipped toes. And then you can really swing your arms up and down. You can always come back down anytime you feel like. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Get hold onto your chins, your thighs, making sure not to put any pressure on your knees with your hands here. Let your head hang. Inhale, arms up. We are back on this chair pose. We're gonna take our left leg. We're gonna bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Keep your hands up. Look at something not moving in front of you. We are here in this modified bonsai pose. You can bring your hands to your waist. Big inhale, stretch your right leg. Bring the left knee closer to you. Extend the left leg in front of you. Your next inhale, step the left foot. Lift the right leg behind you and open your arms like an airplane. Again, if you fall, pick yourself back up. Spread your toes away from each other. That should definitely help you with your balance. Your next inhale, step the right foot behind you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold on top of the left leg. Again, if your hands don't touch the mat, that's absolutely fine. You can bring your hands on top of your chin, on top of your thighs. Just don't push your knee backwards, please. Let's breathe. Next inhale, bring yourself up. Now your right toes are pointing to the long edge of your mat. Your left toes are pointing to the short edge of the mat. Open your arms and bend yourself to the left in this triangle shape pose. Inhale, open your arms, bend your left knee. Maybe you want to bring your legs a little bit further from each other. So your arms are parallel to the mat. This is a warrior two pose. When you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. Your left knee is behind or on top of your left leg. Your left knee is behind or on top of your left ankle. And just breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you want to rotate your shoulders back. Maybe you can bring your arms down if that feels better on your shoulders. Perfect. Now you're going to rotate our hands, frame them to your left foot. Bring your left foot behind you to meet the right. Extend your legs to this downward facing dog. You're in this big letter A shape pose. Let's come to plank. for 4 breaths. Next, inhale, downward facing dog. Now we're gonna bring our hands to meet our feet. Inhale, lift your chest halfway up. Exhale, chest down. Inhale, lift your hands up. Hand in the chest in prayer pose. We meet again in the center of our mat. We're gonna come to a chair pose here. Now we're going to bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, making sure we are flexing our right foot. Again, you can play with your arms here to a pose that feels comfortable to you. Helps you with your balance. If you fall, you get extra points for trying again. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can come into the tiptoes of your left foot. 2 more breaths here. Arms come to your side. Bring the right knee in front of you. Extend the right leg. Step the right leg in front of you. Bring your arms up. Bring your chest close to the leg. Again, you can always hold on to your chins or your thighs. Next, inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. Bring your arms up. Feel yourself grounded from both feet. Move your weight into your right leg and slowly lift your left leg from the mat. We're gonna come to an airplane pose on this side. Your next inhale, step back with the left leg. So the right toes are pointing to the top of the mat, bend the right knee. Your left toes are pointing to the long edge of the mat. Open your arms into warrior 2 and just breathe. We're going to rotate our arms, touch the mat, frame the right foot, bring the right foot to meet the left. You're gonna come into a plank position. You can always come to your forearms here. You can always also bring your knees to the mat, or you can go into child's pose. Perfect. Bring your knees to the mat. We're going to lift our chest up. Curl your toes behind you. Bring your feet close to each other. Maybe the heels are touching. The knees are definitely touching. And let's sit on our heels. Feeling the stretch on this part of your toes. If this is too much, you can always come to your hands and play with your toes. Find the edge. Don't jump off of the cliff, please. Respect the limits of your body. Stay on the edge or behind. And just breathe. Your next inhale, tap your foot on top of the mat, releasing that energy on your toes. Now we're gonna lift our chest up. We're gonna rotate our shoulders back. Make a fist and bring it on your lower back. Bring your elbows close together. Lift yourself up. Look up and bring a bend to your back. Again, listen to your body. Respect your limits. Your tailbone is pointing down like this arrow. There is another arrow on your chest pointing up. So lift your chest up and push your tailbone down. Shoulders away from the ears. Slowly sit on your heels. Bring your knees away from each other and bring your forehead to the mat. Extend your arms to the top of your mat and stay here on this child's pose for 5 breaths. Perfect. We're gonna come into tabletop position. We're gonna bring our legs touching the mat and our chest touching the mat. Let's come to a Sphinx pose. So your elbows should be underneath your shoulders. Your hands are pointing to the top of your mat. Your legs are close together. Your thighs are pushing the ground away from you with your thighs. Your belly button is kissing your spine, so engage your core. Roll your shoulders back, feeling the shoulder blades, your shoulder blades gliding through your back down. Extend your neck long and look towards the edge of the wall and the floor, putting no pressure on your neck. Maybe just close your eyes and notice where you feel this pose and breathe. Relax the muscles in your face and breathe. Your next inhale, make a pillow for your head with your arms. Lay on your favorite cheek, sway, bend your knees and sway your legs side to side. We're gonna roll on our backs. So roll on your back. Bring your legs and your hands up. We're gonna make circles with our feet and our hands. Now hug your knees to your chest. Sway your body side to side. Open your hands. Look towards the left and let your legs fall to the right. And just breathe. Feeling the sensations in your body. Maybe noticing the breath going in and out through your nose. Bring the leg back to the center. Extend the right leg down on the mat. Hug your left leg towards your left shoulder. Engage both of your feet. So your right foot is pointing to the ceiling and your left foot is also engaged here. Hold on to your left leg with your right hand. Open your left arm. Your arm is touching the mat. And now, with the assistance of your right hand, bring your left knee to the right. We're twisting our body in a different position here. Notice the difference in between this movement and the other one. Where do you feel the differences, if any? One more breath. Your next inhale, slowly bring that left leg to the center. Bring the right, bend your right leg. Hug both of your knees again. Sway your body side to side. Open your arms. Look towards your right hand. Let your legs fall to the left. Enjoying this twist. Noticing the differences it makes in your body. Thinking about the wonderful thing you're grateful for in your life. Let's bring both of the legs to the center of our mat. Now let's hug your right leg. Let your left leg extend to the bottom of the mat. Your toes are pointing to the ceiling on both legs. Open your right arm. Let your arm rest on the floor. Now, with the assistance of your left hand, bring your right knee to the left. We are twisting our bodies in a different way here. Let's notice the differences. In your next inhale, bring the right leg to meet with the left. Bring your arms above your head, stretch yourself. Big inhale, the biggest you took the whole day, and let it go. Relax your body. Bring your arms bring your arms next to your body. The palm of your hands are facing up. Big inhale. Exhale. On your next breath, notice where the air goes, on your chest or in your belly. Exhale. There's no right or wrong, but just notice the air coming in and out of your body. Feeling it touching your nose. Feeling it where it goes once it's inside of your body. Feel the air coming out of your body. Let's pay attention to our chest now. Maybe we can feel our heart beating. Pumping all the blood through our body, nourishing us. And imagine the joy that you think of when you imagine the thing you're grateful for. That joy that the thing that you're grateful for brings to your body. Imagine that joy is pumping through your whole body, Your heart is pumping that joy through every single inch of your body. And feel it. Big breaths here. Relax your feet. Relax your legs. Relax your tailbone on the mat. Your lower back. The middle of your back. Your upper back. Your shoulders, shoulder blades. Your neck. Relax your head on the mat. Feel your scalp relaxing. The space in between your eyebrows, your eyelids, your nose, your mouth, the space in between your teeth. Relax your face. Relax your neck, the back of your neck, your belly. But feel your chest. Feel that heart beating inside of your chest. Your next inhale, bring some movement to your fingers, maybe having your tongue touching the tip of your fingers, noticing how that feels. Maybe wiggle your toes. Roll over to your favorite side, just slowly, making a pillow for your head with your arms. Just lay here on your side, thinking about all the things you're grateful for. Not just one, all of them. And all the joy is pumping through your whole body. It's warming up your whole body. It's bringing happiness to every inch of your body. Remembering that those thoughts, that joy and that happiness, they're always available to you throughout the whole day. Anytime. You can go back to those things that make you happy, and you can warm yourself from the inside out. Slowly, with the help of your hands, you can keep your eyes closed just to bring yourself into a seated position. Your legs are crossed in front of you, or just seated in a position that feels comfortable to you. Your hands are on top of your knees. Eyes still closed. Roll your shoulders back. Grow taller. Tuck your chin in. The crown of your head is pointing up. Still feeling your chest and your heart beating.
We're gonna inhale for 4 counts. We're gonna hold our breath for 4. We're gonna exhale for 4 counts and hold ourselves without air for just 4 counts. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold with no air, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna do that 3 more times. You're gonna count in your mind yourself. 3 more breaths with the same practice. Gently open your eyes. Bring yourself into your normal breathing. Lift your arms up, palms together. Bring the palm of your hands to your chest. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you, your time and your attention, and I wish you all the best. And please stay grateful and stay healthy. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.